Welcome back. Now, a township in Ekurhuleni, Thokoza, has become a hub for photography thanks to the mentorship and workshops provided by Of Soul and Joy. Over the past decade, South African photography has experienced a remarkable growth, with more and more people taking up the art form. To tell us more about Of Soul and Joy photography program, we're joined in studio by its project manager, Jabulani Dhlamini. Jabulani, a very good morning to you. A warm welcome to Morning Live. Talk to us about Of Soul and Joy photography. Tell us a little bit about that. What is the program about?
Morning, Swami. So Of Soul and Joy, it is an initiative by Rubis Mecenat and Easy Gas. And I like saying it's a platform, it's a home for young photographers. As we know, in the townships, like we're not exposed to photography and other art mediums as a career. And Rubis created a platform for youth in Thokoza. I think we started in 2012, and the aim was to create a platform for kids from the township, which is just to be exposed to photography as a career and other careers that are in the arts. Yes.
Tell us more about how do you get the young people to be involved. You know, photography already, I just think an expensive camera.
Sure,
you know, that's the first thing that strikes me.
Yes. I mean, one of the things that I know is that how you eliminate its price, like in terms of the expensive equipment and stuff. Hence, we're excluded from the photography. But I always thank Rubis and Easy Gas for making things easier for us in terms of, so we run from a school called Buhlebuzile.
Yeah.
And when we started in 2012, we were only looking at the students from Buhlebuzile because of Easy Gas is not far from Buhlebuzile, and we wanted to have direct impact from Abantwana, people who are working at Easy Gas.
Yeah.
But we saw the problem, which it's not only in Thokoza. Hence, now it's open to all the townships in Gauteng, especially if it's an easy way to reach, if you have an easy way to come to Thokoza.
Yeah.
So it's open for everyone to come, especially youth from 11 years old to 35.
Yeah.
Yes,
so you have all sorts of youngsters coming into the program. You know what I'm interested in some of these success stories, that have come out of the program since you guys started in 2012.
Sure. Yeah, for me, I mean, I always say to them, Guti, what makes me happy is seeing them in Pilozabos change, like that, life-changing. Like we have maybe 6 or 5 that started in 2012. We have great stories like Lindo Bushle, a young photographer from here in South Africa who joined the Magnum, and Sbusiso Pega, we have Uteminko Sihlachwayo, we have Tsepiso Mazbugo, and so we have quite a great number of young photographers who are coming from our project that are doing very well, and that's what makes me happy always. I always say that to them, Guti, I'm for a real change, and that's what I've observed since 2012, and it always gives me joy if you see these young ones starting from 11 years old, not knowing anything about photography and being given a camera and being mentored through, that program.
What for you has been some of the highlights and seeing the program grow, from strength to strength?
Sure. Yeah, I would say for me it would be like, these young ones joining ama galleries, doing well for them, and also the most important one for me was that also one of the aims of Soul and Joy was to, because we know where we come from as black people, especially from the townships, was to make sure we grow with community. That's what also one part that I love. We're not only growing as Of Soul and Joy as a program, but we're growing with local community here. And that was also one of the aims, because of the easy way to reach a community is through the young ones, because of they go back and they share the stories, and also the collaborative process that we teach them at the Of Soul and Joy that forces collaboration with the community. And that brings a certain education, and hence I'm saying is that we grow together in a community aid, and that brings joy to me. Sure.
And how do you then start the process of taking the youngsters in? So a youngster is watching this conversation now, and they live in the Thokoza area. Where do they even start?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, it's not only from Thokoza. We have people coming from Soweto, lowly. But I mean, you just reach out to us, and through Instagram or Facebook, and then you just come. I always say I don't have standards, because of normally how we exclude certain people is that we have a certain criteria.
Right.
But I believe in giving everyone a chance, and so that they can be exposed. I like saying, I don't want them to be photographers, like forcing them to be photographers. But as long as they know what is photography, what is arts, because of we were excluded for a long time, and we are in the business of making sure that we participate in the image making or in our history, because of we find ourselves in the history, like history that was written, but now we want to include, we want to be included, we want to partake, we want to be sure that what the youth is going to inherit from us, we have taken decisions to make sure we make sure that we direct the stories, we tell the stories that we want to tell.
Change the narrative.
Yes, that's
Jabulani,
the most important part for
Thank
us.
you so much for talking to us. Good luck with the program going forward. Thank you so much for the work you do. Jabulani Dhlamini is the project manager of Soul and Joy Photography Program, talking to us about the trends in South African photography and the work that they do out in Thokoza. And they welcome photographers, young photographers from around South Africa, including Soweto.